What's up, everybody? Stetson here, and guys, today we got a special video coming for you. We got a 400-hour review on my Wright mowers. So of course got the Stander I-36 and the Stander X-48, and the Stander I's got about 400 hours. Stander X has like 350. So we're gonna say about 400-hour range for both of them. And I'm gonna kind of go into depth on how these have treated me. As you know, most of you guys know I've had the Stander I for about 5 years now, Stander X for about 4 years. So let's get into it. So let's get started. First, we'll go with the 36 since I've had it the longest. So like I said, bought this thing in late 2018. Back then I paid like 8,600 bucks for it, maybe. Really cheap compared to what there are now. It's got 380 hours, so about 400 hours. I mean, you guys know that I love my Wrights. This machine has only given me one issue, and it was the starter, which was last year, which was warranted by the engine. Wasn't really you know, a manufacturer issue. It was just the engine had like 300 hours at that point, so of course you expect things to go bad, but luckily it was warranted, so I didn't have to pay for that. Used the crap out of this thing. I've used and abused this thing. I've put it through grass that's as tall as the machine is itself, and it always just slices it down. Doesn't ever bog down very much on the tall stuff. Both these mowers are outfitted with grass flaps, so you can see I push a pedal back here and open up. It's called a OCDC, operator controlled discharge chute, and so I can mulch on demand, whether there's a flower bed I don't need to blow grass in or whatever the case may be. And if I want a side discharge, just press it with my foot, and it's just spring loaded. Really neat. Probably the best thing I bought, honestly, for the mowers. Saved my butt a lot of times going to flower beds. It has the Kawasaki FX 600V, which is 19 horsepower. I believe it's like a 3-gallon, 4-gallon gas tank, which it really doesn't use that much gas, if I'm being honest here. The mufflers took a lot of beating, because when I parked the muffler up towards the front of the trailer, the muffler is kind of what sits on the trailer, so it kind of gets beat up a lot. The welds haven't broke yet on that. I'm very surprised. The height range goes from 5 inches all the way down to 1.5 inches. But I mean, there's really not much I can say about it because it hasn't given me any issues at all. I guess actually I did have to replace the throttle cable a while ago. And if you guys watched my last video that I uploaded a few days ago, you'll know the throttle cable is bad on that. So I'll have to replace that, but we'll get to that when we get over there. This is your parking brake deck. And yeah, I mean, I've just kept up with the maintenance out all the intervals. I think I did the hydro oil at like 200 hours and just keep up with oil changes every 100 hours. And it's been treating me great. I have noticed that I have some leaking. Like I think this bearing is leaking some grease back here. So not that big a deal, but I mean, haven't noticed anything. But yeah, belt hasn't broke, but I do have an extra belt on hand in case I need one. So yeah, that is about it for this one. Let's get over to the 48. So the 48, guys, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit underpowered. Maybe because the deck is a lot bigger than that one. So this one has the Kawasaki FX 730V, which is 23.5 horsepower. And like I said, I feel like it's a little underpowered, especially when you're cutting tall grass. It does like to bog down quite a bit. Or if I'm like, when you guys saw the video the other day of mulching leaves with it, it kind of likes to bog down. So one thing I wish I would have done is got a Wright Stander ZK, which comes with the Vanguard engines, the Briggs Vanguard, and they have like 37 horsepower, something crazy like that. So imagine that on like a 52-inch deck, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have that mower. But this mower overall, we really don't do very many overgrown properties to begin with. Most of them are, you know, we just have the weekly, they're manicured and maintenance, so it's not that bad. The one thing about the Wrights, I will say, compared to like the Toros or the X-Marks, I know that they cut Bermuda way better. The Wrights don't leave the best cut on Bermuda. That's one complaint I have about both of these mowers, is that because Bermuda is just so fine, so it's really hard. You got to really keep on top of the sharp blades, or you're just going to have grass pieces that are just going to get ripped out, which I've had to deal with a lot. And you know, a lot of double cutting, even triple cut sometimes. I know these stripe really good because I have a couple fescue yards, and they do really stripe well. Leave a great cut on the fescue. It's just the southern grass, Bermuda, I'm sure centipede grass, St. Augustine, all that stuff is just so thick and fine that it kind of doesn't leave a very, very fresh cut, in my opinion. It looks good. It's good enough, you know. Doesn't look awful, but it could definitely in my opinion, I think the AeroCore deck could be better. And I know they have a new deck on the new sit-down one, the ZTO, I think it is, or something like that. I haven't tried that one, so I don't know. But honestly, guys, hopefully I won't ever have to buy any more mowers. Hopefully these are my last 2 and my last 3 right there. I might be getting a couple Toro stand-ons next year, so that'd be pretty neat if we were able to get that done and give those a test. And then I just keep these as backups, of course, because this was my very first, the 36 was my very first big purchase, and I bought it when I was 18. And so I don't think I ever want to let that one go. I love it too much. I got like an emotional attachment to it. And then I got this one a year later. And I believe this 48 was, if I'm not mistaken, I think I paid like $9,500 for it maybe. MetroTurf Outdoor Power Equipment is my dealer, and they definitely hooked me up because I've given them a lot of business over the years. So they did give me a little bit of a discount on it. So shout out to Danny. If you're watching this video, Danny's my sales guy there. And shout out to him. But yeah, so this mower has been good. Actually, this mower has 380 hours, and I've never even, I haven't done the hydro oil change. I probably should do that. I should probably do it before next spring comes around. I've never done that on this mower, but like I said, this one, keeping up with the oil maintenance intervals every 100 hours, and it's been good. Clean out the air filter, especially when we're scalping and it's real dusty or doing leaves. Got to keep the air filters clean, because if not, it's going to really screw up your engine. But yeah, this one's got the grass flap also. You can see I need to tighten the spring on this one, so it doesn't really go down by itself, but it goes up. And yeah, so like I said, the 48 does have a little trash can too. I'll show you guys it, but it's pretty neat. I like that. Probably one of the coolest things I own. That's basically it. You know, it's my personal opinion, and I do like the Wright company. You know, I've met Ed Wright, I've had dinner with him, and I've met him saw him at GIE, all this stuff. And Ed Wright is a great guy, and you know, Wright Mowers, they've just treated me right so far. You know, I have no complaints, no big issues. So I figure, why switch, you know? In my opinion, these are built like tanks, and I really love them. So I highly recommend Wrights if you guys are looking at new mowers. You know, it's winter time. You guys are gonna be looking for new mowers in the springtime, I'm sure. And if I can sway you to buy a Wright, I definitely recommend it. It's built like a tank. Never given me any issues for 400 hours basically on both these machines. It's never been in the shop for any major issues. Never had a downtime on them. So love these mowers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we're gonna be having more videos to come. Maybe I'll do a review. Let me know if you guys want a review on the Toro Titan Max that we've had for a couple years, but it's only got 30 hours. Haven't really used it that much. I can give you a review on, we've got a Toro, all the Toro mowers. We got a bunch of stuff, guys, we can do reviews on, but I'm most excited for the Spring Rush. Bring you guys more content with that. Of course, we got the 2023 lawn care setup video that'll come out next year. Hopefully you guys all enjoy this video. Hopefully I helped you. If you guys are on the fence about Wright mowers, 400-hour review, highly recommend them. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.